The build-up to the 2023 general election is getting frantic, and the early signs indicate that the polls, which will be the 7th in the electoral cycle since 1999, promise to be eventful. In a meeting with governors on the platform of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, President Muhammadu Buhari promised to ensure credible conduct of the election. President Buhari emphasized his desire not to interfere in the process. This determination has been displayed over and over again by President Muhammadu Buhari, from the Anambra election down to the Edo election, to Osun election, and he has midwifed the election that this administration, his political party, did not do well. They lost the election, and he's saying that yes, that's the kind of election that I want to preside over in 2023 will be something that is credible.
Well, anyway, when I read the president's message, the first thing that came to my mind was, well, we should have credible election now, shouldn't we? The election should ordinarily be credible. So I was wondering why the president...
No, it's been a luxury in Nigeria since 1999.
Why the president needed to
there will always be this power of incumbency and interference from the ruling party.
I'm still coming to where you are going now. That I was wondering why the president needed to reiterate it. It's like persuading and convincing himself, and also passing a message probably to the party people that this is my stand, that this... But you see, if you do this analysis critically, it's like an indictment, and it's like it doesn't mean that elections must be rigged. Anyway, I commend the president for telling us that our elections in 2023 shall be free, shall be fair, and without any form of interference. And I also need to give it to the president, truly, even though it's not something I would like to say, because I'm thinking that under a normal circumstance, that is, it should be given that elections should be free and fair. It's not that we should be depending on the body language of the president to know whether election is going to be free or fair, because that is the kind of interpretation that some people could read into what the president just said. But by and large, Ekiti, it was free and fair. Well, they said it was free and fair. Osun, but let me tell you something. The fact that the ruling party loses in an election does not mean that it is free and fair. That shouldn't be the yardstick for showing that an election is free and fair. We also need to understand that. You get it. What about the money politics that we have been promoting all this while? We need that the president should also help us to talk about that and find out how we can overcome that problem.
In this climate, we know that state governors, they have their own independent electoral commission, and we know that since 1999 they've been conducting local government election. And we've seen that, look, there are a few states that you can make reference to since 1999 that they've not had all their local government chairmen from their own party. We've seen it. We've even seen INEC before now, that there's something they used to, even if politicians, if they're campaigning on the podium, they'll be talking about federal mights. Yes, I remember that time. Politicians will come, use soldiers, use ammunition.
It has not stopped. It is only better. I tell you that what President Muhammadu Buhari is doing is every day when he talks about these free and fair elections, he's only repeating the obvious, in my opinion. And I think it's high time. If you look at what has been happening, you talked about local government election in states. How many of it has Buhari been able to ensure that it's free and fair? So it goes beyond what he feels he wants to do or what he says he will do. His control over the electoral process is limited as an individual. What he is voicing, and that's why I say, yeah, give it to him. He is expressing his mind. But what he is voicing are his wishes. At this which is transmitting into the desire of the average Nigerian? My answer is no. That we are seeing APC, the ruling party, losing in some places. You see, it's just like what we do or what Nigerians do generally. APC lost in Osun and everybody say, oh, the election is free and fair. The same APC won in Ekiti and they said the election was rigged. I don't think we should use those as the parameter. Money politics is worse now than it used to be. What we saw, we were on the field. What we saw in Osun, what we saw in Ekiti, proves to the fact that there is a new brand of rigging. The era of rigging with figures, changing the figures, seems to have been defeated by technology. Now you rig the people themselves. Yes, the people are being rigged now. Come, take 10,000. You hold it on the left hand. Then the other person says, how much did he give you? 10,000. Take 15,000. And he will hold it to 25, 10, 15, 25. Then he will now decide where he's going to vote. Is that kind of vote casting free and fair? It is influenced. So the fact that we no longer see ballot snatching, we no longer see results being tampered with, does not mean election is free and fair. Our election is getting more and more monetized by the day, and that's more dangerous because gradually the number of voters are reducing, but the amount of money being spent on voting, election, is increasing because people now identify, okay, how many people are likely to vote. They go for them, monetize them, and they determine that determines who wins or loses. Is that what we call free and fair election? I'll tell you that what we now have is the election of the highest bidder, where people are no longer rigged out, but they are out-rigged. If you lose the election in Nigeria now, you cannot say, I was rigged out. You will be wrong, semantically and grammatically. Between me and you, if you contest Ayo and I win, it simply means that I have out-rigged you because you also rigged. You also try to bribe the people. I only spend more money or I got more sympathy. So will you say I rigged you out? No, I out-rigged you. You were rigging, I was rigging, and I rigged more. And I won. We cannot call that democracy. We cannot call that free and fair election. I don't think that is something we should be celebrating. And if that is what Mr. President thinks he sees as an achievement, I'm sorry.
I think
we still have a far road to go.
I think we are trying to expand the scope here, but the people of Edo State, they went to the poll, and what they did was a reflection of what they wanted. It reflected democracy.
Yeah. No, I think...
Ayo, can you prove that?
No, I even think we should...
Edo State.
Yes, can you prove that?
No, I think we should even talk about... We should talk more...
That's what the people wanted.
Oh!
No,
for me...
let's take it that is what happened.
Okay.
But I will even give that to the deployment of of technology by INEC.
Good.
And that is what I will give that to. That probably INEC now...
Under this administration?
Yes, nobody is... We are not saying that we are not commending the president for allowing INEC
to perform its functions.
Fine. No, that is not what we are saying. Without interference.
Yes, we agree
he has
to that.
done well in that area, but I'm just saying that it should be given. But you are right.
That's not something we should demand.
Exactly, it should be ordinary. But I also agree with you that we had situations in the past that probably this issue of federal might. And that is probably why he's talking about it and all of that. But I think what we owe our electoral process to deployment of technology and ensuring that technology works. See, when we continue to do that, we will just realize that, and then campaigning, doing enlightenment programs for people to actually go and vote. When we have a large number of people going to vote, all these politicians, when you budget maybe money for 200,000 people, and you now have 3 million people coming out,
your money will that's the kind of thing I will have argued with you about Edo. Yes. You see, we saw it in Edo, we saw it in Ekiti, we saw it in Osun. The role money played. We're not blind to this thing. The fact that eventually the people, somebody won because there was this assumption that we didn't want to go this way. We also boldly say Ekiti, it was what the people want. Oshun, it was all the people want. These are things we cannot prove. Some people were influenced financially.
To a large extent.
Now we found out that those who spent more monies won the election. It's as simple as that. The analyses are obvious. The role money played. There are some traditional voters, party members. Let me tell you. It's just like it happened in one of these two later states I mentioned. What they did was to sit down. In each voting unit, they did who are the party members. APC members, they know them. PDP members, they don't spend money on those ones. Even if you give them money, they will vote for their party. They are die-hard party members. Who are the non-party voters? And they went after them. And these are the people who are the main complainants. You see, party members used to see rice, they used to see chicken, they used to see some small money. These people don't get anything. And they put up their votes for sale. And at the end of the day, if you spend more money in Ede, you win Ede. I spend more money in Ikire, I won Ikire. You spend more money in Onwade, you won. I spend more in Oredo, you won. And we want to begin to celebrate that. That has also defeated the gains of technology. Because at the end of the day, you cannot discountenance those votes. They were casted and they are authentic. But is that what the people will have done ordinarily without the influence of money? It's debatable, AY. It's debatable.
Your final take on this?
Well, my final take, I think if the president really wants to help us, he should empower the Nigeria National Orientation Agency to do more of enlightenment campaign.
Okay, let's quickly pick this call. Julius is calling us from Valencia in Spain.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us, Julius.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Concerning what you were discussing, I quite agree with Mr. Dari. Whether it's a do election or whatsoever election, money played a very big role. So people are bought. The issue of Tompolo is a disgrace. It's a national disgrace that Nigeria cannot import drones and let the Navy and the Air Force work the work they are supposed to do. So it's a national disgrace because when someone who does not have even a complete registered security apparatus to be doing the work of the Navy, police, and all of that, it's a disappointment. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution, Julius.
So I was saying that the president should also try to help empower the National Orientation Agency to mount up campaigns for Nigerians to actually do.
Is there
I don't know. They should. I think they are there. They are in existence.
Under the Ministry of Information.
Yes. They are. Let them just at least let them encourage Nigerians to go cast their votes. Okay. The more people that go out to vote, the less money bags will be able to influence the outcome.
I'm not aware about the existence of the National Orientation Agency.
Based on their activities. Based on their activities. Now, no, you are saying that.
No, but it's right. Are they still have buildings or
they have buildings, they have people and they are
that they are actually doing the job.
Dead organization or dead paracetamol.
So let's wake it up.
ADG was recently appointed for and then we will get money voted for that agency in our budget year in year out, and then you don't get to hear anything about them. Look at the days of MAMSA.
Yeah.
That's when you know that we had an NOA. Yeah. They were out there sensitizing people. All you need to do is do more of that. I agree with Madam here.
All right, Dari,
we don't see that.
Thank you for your contribution. Olabisi Deji Folotile, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.